I guess what isn't changing in content distribution at this point? You know, I'm the guy that's making their lives difficult by cramming all the video onto these pipes. So I mean, everything from the advertising models that we have in terms of how we aggregate audiences and we sell advertising, it's forcing us to look at almost becoming distributors in a certain way. You know, as TV Everywhere has progressed and we now distribute through our own applications as well as those of our distribution partners, we're distributing the video ourselves. We didn't used to do that. We're now having to look at becoming more of a software company. You know, we were a content creation company that's migrating to be a content creation company that's also a software company. We're looking at an industry from a distribution perspective that's obviously consolidating, right? I mean, the number of pay TV homes has kind of flattened out. There aren't candidly that many more pay TV homes to get. So you naturally end up with situations where there's industry consolidation that begins to happen as well. So, you know, from 1 week to the next, my job changes depending on which part of the company that we're actually talking to. But I will say that, you know, at the end of the day, for the consumer, the number of choices that they have as to where they want to watch and how they want to watch is simply expanding more and more. I mean, we are simulcasting our television feeds on iPhones, on Android devices, through Xboxes, through, you know, other connected devices that aren't just set-top boxes as we've traditionally done, you know, over the history of the television industry. The way we acquire rights from studios has changed. The analogy that I basically have been using when asked a question like this is that we've essentially created a parallel universe. We distribute our video through the managed video network in the last mile historically. Now we're distributing essentially that same set of content through the broadband pipe over the last mile as well. For the consumer at the end of the day, they don't really care about the distinctions between the two things. However, the devices that render that content do care about the distinction between those things. So you're ending up with a software layer on the devices that render the video, whether it's coming from the managed video network or it's coming from the broadband network, that we now have to be very attuned to because it impacts advertising and measurement and content delivery in ways that it didn't used to.